Hello and welcome to the Hoops Hall of Fame podcast. I am Matt Lehner. Today I want to talk about being capable of more, that you yourself are capable of much more than you think you are. Now, there's a quote that I heard, I can't remember the specific quote, but it said that whenever you've reached your limit, your quote-unquote limit, that you're capable of performing 40% more, 40% greater at that moment. Now, the truly great achievers are people that when they reach that ceiling, they know that they're capable of more, and they know that pain creates gain, and they push through it. When you push your comfort zones, when you do things that are uncomfortable, when you're doing more than what most people would think is possible, you're just reaching the next level. That's what it takes. If all you're doing is doing things every day that are just making you comfortable, you're just getting by, you're not going to get anywhere. In a business sense, for example, if you're working at a job, 40 hours is the typical weekly standard. That's a full-time job. You're working 40 hours. If you're just working 40 hours, that's just for survival. If you want to be more successful, if you want to achieve more, you got to work 50, 60, 70, 80 hours a week. Most entrepreneurs, when they're first starting their business, are working 60 plus hours a week. They're putting in that extra time to get to where they want to be. And the truly great ones, the truly successful businesses, those owners continue to operate that way, even though they don't necessarily have to, because it's a mindset, it's a habit that you've built. And it's a character trait that you've built within yourself, that you're going to work harder, you're going to do more than your employees, than the people around you to be successful. Now, for athletes, I'm not saying you need to be in the gym for 10 hours a day. You need to, be doing things that aren't smart for your body. I want to talk about briefly the difference between overtraining versus under-recovering. For a lot of athletes, probably 95%. Overtraining is an issue. It is something that athletes deal with. I personally myself, I feel I walk that fine line of doing a little too much sometimes. But for most people, that's not an issue. It's not a matter of, most people are lazy. They're not doing too much physical activity. Even a lot of professional athletes aren't even practicing as much as they should be. So overtraining usually is not an issue. It's an issue of under-recovering, meaning that you're not spending enough time, first of all, sleeping. Sleeping is the most important recovery tool. Nutrition would probably be the next one. Stretching, foam rolling, ice baths, contrast showers, things of that nature would dramatically impact your recovery. So sometimes it's not a matter of doing too much training, it's just a matter of you not paying attention to those small, minute details in your recovery regime. So again, this is kind of a all over the board topic, but I just wanted to inspire you guys today, give you a little bit of inspiration to realize that you're always capable of more. So even if you're doing the training in the gym, that's good, but what else could you be doing? Could you be eating a little better? Could you be studying game film a little bit longer? Could you be reading a little bit more? Could you be talking to your coach a little bit more? Building those relationships, learning from other people? There's always more that you can be doing. And the truly successful people are never satisfied. They're relentless. They're always after more. They're never satisfied. Not saying this is necessarily a great way to live, but if you truly want to be great, you're never going to be satisfied. You're always pushing for that next level, That's the way Michael Jordan was. I've been listening to the book Relentless by Tim Grover. Tim Grover was Michael Jordan's personal trainer. So he has a great insight into the way Michael Jordan approached the game, his training. Michael Jordan was never satisfied. Even when he won championships, he was always thinking about the next one. And if you look at the photos when they're holding the trophies, he's always holding up, for example, after they won the first title, he was holding up 2 fingers. After they won the second one, he was holding up 3. He was always looking at the next one. He was a never satisfied, always looking to achieve more, to do more, to push himself to be even greater. If you truly want to be the best, if you want to be the best you can be and the best ever at something, that's the attitude you got to have. You got to be truly relentless. You got to be always pushing your comfort zones and everything. It's just a mindset, it's an attitude that you want to be the best at everything. You're always looking to improve. And again, this might not be the most satisfying thing in life. You're not going to always have the best relationships when you have this attitude because you're always competing. But if you truly want to be great, you got to rear to that dark side. You got to have that dark aspect to your game, to the way you approach things, to your mindset. It's a dark area, a dark part of sports psychology. But again, if you truly want to be great, you got to always be pushing yourself, always looking to do more, never satisfied, and realizing that you truly always are capable of more than what you think you are. Alright guys, thanks for listening to the Hoops Hall of Fame podcast. I'm your host, Matt Lehner. Please like on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube. Tell your friends about this podcast. I think it'll really help you guys out. And again, please stay tuned, and I'll talk to all of you again tomorrow on the Hoops Hall of Fame podcast.